A pleasant morning to each and everyone. I am Chimli Oliva, a student of ABM 11 Integrity and the first reporter of Group 8. Today, we are going to discuss about the process of evolution. What is evolution? Evolution is the biological process of change in heritable characteristics of populations over successive generations, leading to the vast diversity of life on Earth, including the emergence of new species. In short, evolution is the change in the characteristics of a species over several generations and relies on the process of natural selection. In 1835, when Darwin visited the Galapagos Island, evidence during their natural history, the study of fossils, as well as biography, embryology, molecular evidence, and comparative anatomy such as homologous structure, analogous structure, and vestigial structure provide evidence for evolution.
The Galapagos Islands are the volcanic archipelago in the Pacific Ocean, about the 1,000 km of the coast of Ejopol, renowned for their unique wildlife and plant species that inspired Charles Darwin's theories of evolution. As a province of Ejopol and a protected nation park and a marine reserve, the island is primary global destination for wildlife viewing, featuring endemic specific such as the giant turtles and marine iguana. The Galapagos Islands are provide area with conservation effort in the place preserve the delicate balance of ecosystem. The Galapagos Nation Park and Galapagos Marine Reserve work together to protect the island biodiversity and promote sustained tourism.
The evolutionary history of a group of organisms is called phylogeny, from the Greek word phylon, which means tribe, and the genesis, which means origin. Biologist traditionally represents the genealogy or an organism's line of development, and phylogenetic trees, which are diagrams that trace evolutionary relationships and connections among organisms.
A phylogenetic tree can be read like a map of evolutionary history. Rooted phylogenetic tree have single lineage at the base representing a common instructor. The structure of the rooted phylogenetic tree. Branch point. The point where split occurs. Branch point. The arrange of the branches or side chain that are attached to the main chain of the polymer molecules. Basal traction. Lineage that involves early from the root and the chain branch. Basal traction. Mo ni siya ang usa ka kaliwatan nga nabulag gikan sa usa gamot sa usa evolutionaryong kahoy bahin sa kasaysayan sa usa ka grupong ug dili na kini sister tasa. Point of two lineage stem from the same branch. From the word sister, two groups that are each other closest relatives from they share a common ancestor that no other group shares. From the word dito siya out sister. Then from the word tasa, a group of one or more organism group and ranks according to a set of characteristics. Polytomy, branch with more than two branches. So ang kanisang polytomy is a branch point of an phylogenetic tree where more than two linears engage of indicating the evolutionary relationship among the distance from group are removed. So, ang kanisad siyang sister tasa, kay kuan ni siya kanang two group, mo na siya pang two group, pero ano na kani polytomy is more than mas mulabaw pa siya like for like ano siya kadaghan root indicate that ancestral lineage gave rise to all organism on the tree. So from the roots kailangan kita tanan og unsa na siya like ugat na siya sa kapunuan.
There are four groups of evolutionary tree, namely monophyletic, paraphyletic, polyphyletic, and soft polytomy. First is the monophyletic. Monophyletic group is also called clade, which shows one common ancestor and all descendants share a common characteristic, including their most recent ancestors. In short, monophyletic group is a group of organisms that share a common ancestor. In this picture shows a monophyletic groups that has a common ancestor.
Paraphyletic group refers to the group of organisms with similar characteristics and originated from one recent common ancestor, but shows different characters from the other descendants of the recent ancestor.
First image explains the concept of a polyphyletic group, which refer to a group of organisms that do not share a recent common ancestors, even if they seem similar in the appearance or behavior. This means that the organisms in a polyphyletic group come from different evolutionary lines, but they have developed similar traits independently, a process called convergent evolution. In the diagram, the red dots represent species that are grouped together as a polyphyletic group. You can see that they come from different branches of the evolutionary tree instead of one shared branch. This shows that they did not evolve from the same recent ancestor, but rather from separate ancestors far back in history. For example, bats and birds both have wings, but their wings evolved separately. They look alike because they adapted to flying, not because they share a close ancestor, making them part of a polyphyletic group. Second image shows polytomy, which happen when one ancestor produces more than two direct descendants at the same time. In normal evolutionary tree, one ancestor usually split into two branches, meaning two species evolved separately, but in polytomy, the branching looks like three or more lines. Coming from a single point, showing that scientists aren't sure about the exact order in which these species evolved. In the diagram, the letter R at the top represents the common ancestors, and the tree number 1 to 3 show its immediate descendant. The thick red arrow highlights this point where the ancestors seem to split into three. This can happen because there is not enough data or fossil to know which species came from. There is not enough data or fossil to know which species came first. The species might have evolved very quickly, almost at the same time. In short, polytomy means uncertainty in the branching pattern. One ancestor appears to have more than two immediate descendants, showing scientists are unsure or exact evolutionary sequence. Thank you.